I'm Stuart.
And I'm Kilda.
We're coming to you from Fort Ticonderoga. Now, you and I have had the pleasure of cooking at Fort Ticonderoga many times, whether over the fire, in the hearth, or out in the camp kitchen, a circular trench with fireboxes cut in it. But let's imagine for a second that we're at home, not at Fort Ticonderoga. We don't have a big fire or a big iron pot like this. What can we do?
We could make our own the same mess in our kitchen.
Yeah, using ingredients, pots, and pans that we already have. So, let's go ahead and give that a shot. Why don't you go ahead and follow us too? Welcome. Now, most of the ingredients that you need for a common soldier's mess in 1774, the soldiers at Ticonderoga, are things you probably have in your own kitchen right now. Now, amongst the things you're going to need, and there's a recipe online in our Center for Digital History. We've got 2 cups of black-eyed peas, or any white bean with markings, akin to what were the Windsor broad beans or the whippoorwill peas commonly available back in 1774. I've gone ahead and soaked these for a few hours, which will make them cook a lot faster. We've got here, what's this?
An onion.
We've got an onion. These soldiers, in addition to their rations, which would have included 7 pounds of flour or bread, 7 pounds of beef or pork. We know for these British soldiers, most of what they got at Ticonderoga was salted pork, very much akin to bacon. They're supposed to get a ½ pound of rice, 3 pounds of peas, and supposed to get 6 ounces of butter. And this was to be given to them every single week as part of their rations. In addition to this, they were commonly ordered to have soldiers' gardens. In fact, the peacetime British Army, beginning in 1763, was supposed to have every officer encourage their men, wherever there was available ground, to go ahead and have gardens. So, of course, we've got an onion right here. We also are going to have some greens. Greens that we've got are these. These are actually small turnip greens. How's it taste?
Good.
Good. We'll put that in the soup as well. And then we actually don't have any long carrots this evening, so we're going to use baby carrots instead. Same idea, maybe a little more processed. Carrots or parsnips, as well as these turnip greens, were all common in British soldiers' gardens. Now, we're going to go ahead and start dicing this on up. We're going to want to get our onions, our bacon, our greens, and our carrots all diced up together, and then we'll start cooking. All right, ready to get to work?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make your first cut. Nope, get your finger in there. There you go. Good. All right. Now take your half. You're going to make. Nope, you're going to slice it this way first. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good. And now, hold on. Get it diced. We're going to turn it. Okay. Good. Don't forget that one too. Good. In a moment, we'll have everything diced up and can show the next step. All right. So what do we have here?
Our greens.
What else?
Carrots and onions.
Okay. And they're all chopped up. Now I've got here, it's about a 2-quart soup pot. And the next step is going to be to take this. We're going to go ahead and put our onions in here. Can you do the honors? We're going to take our chopped up bacon, which I've got right here. Keep on. Just the carrot, just the onions, please. Just the onions. All right. We're going to add the meat and the onions together into our pot. We're going to put them over here on the stove, and we're going to start them browning just a little bit. All right. It's all good. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and put this on the stove here. Go ahead and add my meat. We'll let this brown on a medium heat. All right. Now we're going to let that go for about 3 to 4 minutes. on a medium heat. Then, once the onions start to look brown and the grease from the bacon starts to form in the bottom of the pan, then we'll be ready to go ahead and add our peas, our softened up peas, as well as the rest of our vegetables. All right, so the meat's had a chance to brown along with the onions. Been stirring it just to keep it from sticking to the bottom. And now we're ready to go ahead and add in our carrots and also our greens. So, now.
Too hot.
Yeah, don't burn it. Okay, you go ahead and stir that in. Now, a moment ago, you had a point about this. We have the stove, right?
Yeah.
What did they have back then?
Just a fire, so they couldn't control how hot it was.
Well, it would take more skill to control how hot it was. You'd have to have the fire at different stages. You'd need a hotbed of coals. You'd have more control with that. Or you might need big hot flames if you're trying to bring something to a boil. This would be the real skill of it. Are those all stirred in together?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got our vegetables in there. We're going to go ahead and take our beans and put them in there as well. These beans, I took the water that they had been soaking in, and I went ahead and poured that off. So now they're nice, relatively soft. They can cook faster, but I'm not going to get whatever was on the water they were soaking in away. All right, go ahead and help me. All right, you stir that in?
I'm not going to burn myself.
Yeah, don't burn it. All right, and now that we've got that all mixed up, we're going to go ahead and add in enough water just to cover everything so it floats. Now we're going to keep this at a boil for about the next 20 minutes. Then we'll let it cool off just a little bit under low heat while we stir it so that the beans not only soften, they get to the point where the skins are about to come off and the broth starts to thicken up as well. At that point, we can call this a good soldier stew. Now we know at the time that the folks making this, such as the Mrs. Ross, who's one of the soldiers' wives at Fort Crown Point in 1773, she's got up at 7 in the morning to be already cooking this mess for dinner, which would come at 1 o'clock or midday. All right, soup's had a chance to go ahead and boil for a while. You can see how it is. I'll grab the spatula. See how it's. Now you're going to want to keep cooking it until the beans get really soft, almost starting to fall apart. It'll take a while. Now, at some point you're going to want to check to see how salt is. How does it smell, honey?
Smells good.
Good. All right, let's check for taste. A little bit of salt.
One pinch?
Big pinch. Really big pinch. Good. Maybe shake too. There we go. Now, go ahead and cook it to taste, and then you'll have your very own soldier's mess at home. So on behalf of Fort Ticonderoga, I'm Stuart, and this is
Tilda.
And thank you for joining us. Many a time, right?
Yeah. I did a pickle, an apple, and a bean. Or a cucumber. I can't tell.
We're coming to you from Fort Ticonderoga. Now, you and I have had the pleasure of making...
Can it get any worse?